My name is Leon-Guerrero. I'm a Republican candidate for the senator of the 37th Guam legislature, and I would like to say that my appearance at the Hyatt today is so much better than my last appearance at the Hyatt. And that's part of the reason why I'm running for office. I have spent the past 15 years as a community advocate, standing up for the people of Guam before 3 different administrations, 5 different legislatures, numerous boards and commissions. I've probably testified, more than 100 times. I probably hold the record right now for the most FOIAs issued to government of Guam, all levels of anybody on the island. Because the public has a right to know what their government does with the power we give them and access to the money we give them with our vote. But all too often, something happens between the campaign trail and public office. And what I am running for is to take that community advocacy that I have developed over the past 15 years and take it from the hearing room where politicians can and often do ignore me into the legislature, where I can make sure that the voices of the people and the business owners are heard when it comes to creating laws that are going to have dramatic impact on your lives. So that's why I've decided to run, and I hope to get your support. I look forward to the questions.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, if you're elected, what platform would you absolutely get completed while you're in office? And explain how you would get it done.
The platform that I would get completed would be to increase the power of ordinary citizens to hold government officials accountable for their actions. All too often, government officials and politicians make decisions with what I call the moral hazard opportunity. They make decisions on our behalf that they would not make if they were using their money. So when a backhoe goes disappearing for 6 months, that employee is competing with small businesses. And when the government is forced to spend nearly $200,000 to rent a backhoe and rent lowboy equipment to move that backhoe around, that's money that's coming out of your pockets. So what's happening here is, over the last few years, government has been closing our access to holding them accountable. I've been in court a number of times. I've gone all the way up to the Supreme Court in an effort to keep the doors open so that citizens like you and me have the ability to identify when politicians are breaking the law and hold them accountable for it, something that does not exist in our system today. That I would accomplish. I'm even trying to do it through referendum as well.
All right, thank you. Okay, what are the 3 greatest accomplishments in your life?
Ooh, the 3 greatest accomplishments in my life to date. The first is the birth of my daughter. She lives in Texas. I haven't seen her for a while, but that was the most life-changing event, my first child. My second child, pretty close second, but my first child just changed my world in ways that I have no idea. The second most was being CEO of Able Industries. When I started at Able Industries, we were in the process of being decertified for non-compliance. When I took the reins there, we had 56 employees. 50% of the work was being done by people with disabilities, and we had a $5 million revenue and a 0.5% profit line. By the time we shut down Able Industries, we had 206 employees. 84% of the work was done by people with disabilities, and we had a $13 million top line with a 13% bottom line. My third is being a community advocate. Having people come up to me out in public and thanking me for the work I've done in their behalf. And that happens every day. It's to the point where we'll be in a store somewhere and my wife will say, your fan club is coming, and she'll disappear and say, I'll meet you at dairy. So those are the three things I am proudest of, the greatest accomplishments I've had in my life. And I look forward to adding a fourth, which is to be a senator representing you in the 37th legislature.
Thank you. Would you support a new hospital as proposed by the governor? Why and why not? And this is 2 minutes.
Okay, 2-minute version. No, I do not support a new hospital, especially not the one envisioned by the governor. The governor wants to give you guys a $3.1 billion building that will not do a single thing to improve the quality of health care on this island, because it is the physicians that improve the quality of health care. Now, the Army Corps of Engineers has identified $21 million worth of key renovations or repairs that must be made to extend the building life at least 5 years or longer, necessary for smooth operation of the existing building, and sufficient enough in priority that they would help ensure accreditation. So I'm against the new hospital for way too many reasons to talk of in 2 minutes, other than to say this bill, if this hospital goes forward, we will follow Puerto Rico into federal receivership as number 2. Because right in 2016, we were less than $800 difference on debt load per capita between Guam and Puerto Rico. We've managed to stop a number of bonds that different governors wanted to issue, and now she wants to issue about a $3 billion bond, which would result in 3 out of 5 tax dollars going to debt service. And that's what put Puerto Rico in receivership.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to ask this question. It's an important one to me. And so I'm going to ask it again about the Guam Heartbeat Act of 2022.
I am against the Heartbeat Act in total. I believe in pro-choice. Government sucks at managing morality. We didn't do a very good job managing alcohol. We haven't done a very good job managing drugs. We did a very bad job on race. We did a very bad job on guns. So anytime we come to a moral issue, the worst person in the world to make those decisions are government officials. These are decisions best made by the parties most involved. I say that as a father, my children are my greatest accomplishment, but I've had people come up to me on both sides of the fence talking about how they are much better parents at 25 and stable than they would have been at 15 when they had an abortion. And I've had people come up to me and say that they are struggling financially, and they can't afford to feed the kids they have. They don't know how they're going to be able to take care of another child. So that's why I say this is a decision best left to the people most affected by that decision. And to write a law that says government officials will not enforce this. Government officials will not have anything to do with this, and we're going to put a bounty on anybody that participates. The thought that a clerk at a store who hands prescriptions that were written by a doctor could be fined $10,000 and go to jail, that is a complete failure of leadership on the people that put that bill together.
Thank you.